official Hans Wittelsberger blows the whistle, and we're underway. The national quarterfinal from Hofstra, winner off to the national semis next week.
Got a great look at that opening draw. 20 in red, John Glenn. Quickness on the whistle.
Here's Max Sebald. The Wharton Award finalist for the second time in his career. Goes to the top player in college lacrosse. He is one to watch, 42 in red. Romero makes a move into the box with a right-hand cradle. Glenn. It's Sebald with a quick bounce shot, whistle it wide.
Cornell Keys, they need 50% or more from their goaltender, Jake Myers, and they got to dominate the middle of the field. Their marquee players, their stars, are Sebald and Glenn. Ground ball wins, being athletic in the middle of the field will correlate into long offensive possessions. Guys like Rob Pennell and Ryan Hurley will have success.
Here's Sebald, native of Long Island. We met with him yesterday. Very excited about the chance to play in front of family and friends. Couldn't count how many would be here. He thought 40 plus maybe. It was a rough estimate. Here he is. Split dodge move, top of the box, Romero. Thought about a shot. Great defense. This pies with a long stick for Princeton. Hurley scores! What a move by Ryan Hurley, taking a hit. And as Quint says, that extra step to greatness beats Fiorito on the Big Red's first shot of the day.
Hurley, 6'3", 185 from Minnesota. Schooled as a youngster in hockey, not afraid of contact. Turns the corner. He has got a physical advantage in his matchup today, whether Princeton puts Pizer or Jeremy Hirsch on him. In this case, it was Hirsch, who's only 5'10", 180, and Hurley takes advantage of that extra bulk, making it a physical wrestling match.
Lyndon Barnes the battle. Jimmy Davis, attackman Tommy Davis's brother comes away with it. Davis to Davis, here's Tommy. And the Tigers in the home whites as the higher seed, first half field possession.
Couple keys for the Princeton Tigers. Handle the Big Reds' first quarter thruster surge. Cornell led 3-0 in the first quarter in the regular season game, and that allowed them to control and really slow the game down. And an Achilles heel for Princeton this year has been their clearing game. When they get it in the defensive zone, need 85% or more clearing efficiency.
McKenzie, great double team. Howe came over, stripped it away, and a trail check. Scalardi the ride, 50-50 ball at midfield, and it's picked up by Cornell's Roy Lang. Cornell won the first meeting by 3 goals back in April on their home field up in Ithaca, New York.
Time of possession in that game, about 80% in favor of Cornell. Dominated faceoffs, winning 13 of 18. John Glenn was a wizard that day and really strangled any offense Princeton threw at him.
Who wins the rematch? That's a question. Ritchie a pass. Quick shot sent over the cage there by Pennell, the Ivy League Rookie of the Year from Smithtown, New York, right here in the island. Finn re-triggers from X, the position behind the goal. John Thompson lays it off for Calvert. Second midfield line out there for Jeff Tambroni's Cornell Big Red. Ritchie. Thompson. Shot. Score. Calvert. And what a start for Cornell. 2-0.
Watching Cornell yesterday on their Friday walkthrough, they were military-like in their precision and their attitude and their focus. I mean, every player was wearing the exact same uniform, the gray t-shirt, the socks at the same height. To me, they're kind of like the West Genesee of college lacrosse under Jeff Tambroni. They know their system, and they are about as mentally prepared to play a game on a weekly basis as any team. Very consistent from week to week, and you're seeing that right now.
Quick movement. That goes against Paul Barnes. Procedure violation. Romero and Cornell can re-trigger right away, and they will. Rocco Romero, Quint knows very well. Quint's an assistant coach at Boyd's Latin High School in Baltimore. And Rocco, a player for you there, coming from Denver originally.
Rocco grew up in Denver, wanted to play big-time high school and then college lacrosse. Moved from Denver to Baltimore, lived with Rick Briccato, who was an assistant at Boys Latin, now the head coach at St. Paul's. But Rocco was about as focused and single-minded on playing college lacrosse as you'll ever see.
And Romero shoots right there on cage. Good save, Fiorito. The freshman grabs it. Outlet for Lesko. Josh Lesko, former first-line midfield, lost his stick. Trail check. Can't play the ball. That is a procedure violation. And that means Cornell gets it right back. If you lose your stick, you can't play it. Quick re-trigger. Here's Pinnell. Thought about jacking one up from way out. And wisely hangs on. Made reference earlier to West Genesee's program. Congratulations to their great coach, Mike Masser. Won his 700th game. Second most victories in high school lacrosse history up in Camillus, New York. This past week, they beat Fayetteville Manliness in a tough game up there on Thursday. He has won 14 state championships, and Jeff Tambroni, the Cornell coach, played for him at West Genny. Brings that same mentality to his Cornell program.
Masser is the Morgan Wooten of high school lacrosse.
That's a great comparison. Absolutely right. Lynn Romero lost it. That'll be a turnover. Coming in from Short Stadium on the Hofstra campus, neutral site quarterfinal. It's the lacrosse quarterfinals presented on ESPNU by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Dave Quint, the entire crew. We've seen Syracuse advance already. They will take on the winner of Duke, North Carolina, to be played tomorrow at Navy. Princeton has won 6 titles. Cornell's championships came way back in the 1970s. Last for Princeton, 2001.
These two teams have met about 70 times, never with more on the line.
Isn't that something?
Never met in the NCAAs.
Meeting and the first ever in the tournament. Their rivalry goes back to 1922. I mean, it's just a great history between these two Ivy League teams. Hard to imagine that, huh? 3-goal win in Ithaca. First matchup for the Big Red. McBride, Mackenzie about shot, got nailed. Howe came, slammed him. Myers, the backup. Closest to it when it goes out of bounds on a shot in lacrosse. Your team gets it. Usually it's backed up on the offensive team, not there.
Princeton not sharp right now. You got to weather the storm here. For whatever reason, you're a little flat, making some mental mistakes. Handle the Cornell emotion and the fact that they're playing better than you right now. Hope to get out of this stage of the game without too much damage.
One shot so far, that's it for Princeton. Early encounter of tally for the Big Red in the visiting Reds here as lower seed against Princeton. Spectacular freshman Rob Pinnell. Watched by Wiedmeyer. Equally spectacular freshman, 9 in white with a long stick. What a rookie season he's had for Bill Tierney and the Princeton program. Glynn on the bounce shot, sends it over the cage. Didn't get a lot of mustard to it, and it's backed up by Chris Finn. John Glynn is playing with a shattered elbow. Big pad on one elbow. Not easy for him to get off any shot. Seaball swing move, having hang on to it. Getting nailed. Talk about tough, incredible. Still had possession. What a player, Max Seaball. Finn had it stripped away. Kolk in the long stick defensive midfielder, good play. Here's Hirsch. Tigers some numbers. Off for the attackman, Tommy Davis. McBride. Shut out last week against UMass, very surprising. Although Bill Tierney told us this week he played a smart game, didn't force it, because UMass did a great job in limiting the attackmen.
Cornell single poles Princeton's first midfield. They put the pole on Kovler.
Big Scott McKenzie thought about a shot. Instead, they're working around the perimeter of the box. Kovler has the big one. Header rip to save Myers. Oh, what a stop that was. Ball airborne. 15 rows up. That's the strength of the shot by Mark Kovler, and Myers got the goal stick on it.
That ball's on Hempstead Turnpike.
Still going. McBride double team. Glenn, good slide. Someone's open. Davis thought about a behind the back shot. Scolardi. McKenzie winds a big shot, sent it wide. Backed up by McBride. They call him the Vince Lombardi College Lacrosse Bill Tierney Hall of Famer. 6 NCAA titles, and Cornell's going to take a timeout here. His team in a 2-0 hole, thanks to Hurley and Calvert. Cornell, the early lead.
You don't bring a gun to a night fight. You bring a kryptonite-coated, heat-seeking, laser-guided smart bomb. You don't roll with the big dogs. You treat them like your personal fire hydrant. You're a straight-up baller. Only the ball's made of platinum and flubber, and you don't just play to win. You play to dominate. In such an utterly dominating fashion that it makes people question the very meaning of the word dominate, because it suddenly doesn't seem dominatish enough. For you, defeater of the undefeated, conqueror of the unconquerable, there is a righteous mantra. Super Invictus. All hail the warrior. WarriorLacrosse.com.
Last time Princeton won a championship, 2001. Runners-up in 2000 and 2002. In the tournament for the 18th time in the last 20 years. A mainstay amongst the powerhouses in college lacrosse. So Quinn, let's flash back 2001 Rutgers Stadium in New Jersey, the 2 seed. Princeton against the top seed Syracuse.
BJ Prager takes a feed from Ryan Boyle. Princeton wins 10-9.
1992 first NCAA title over those Orange, then the Orange men in double overtime.
Yeah, Franklin Fields got Bacigalupo, their netminder, then 3 in a row, 96-98. Total dominance over that year. Look at their overall record, 43-2.
43 of 45 wins. Last title back in 2001, and we spoke at length with Bill Tierney about how frustrating it was a year ago. They did make the tournament. 2-2 the last 4 games. Mark Kovler, their star, injured, a broken ankle, missed the stretch run, a nosedive for Coach Tierney's team, missed the tournament, and he said, boy, this year I'm appreciating every minute of it.
Signature wins this year in the big stadium events held by Inside Lacrosse over Johns Hopkins, M&T Bank Stadium, and they beat Syracuse. How good does that win look? Beat them in the Meadowlands in New Jersey in the day of rivals. Their losses to Cornell up at Sholkoff Field in Ithaca, and right here to Seth Tierney and the Hofstra Pride. Wonder what it was like getting off that Princeton bus and having to come back to Hofstra where they suffered one of their defeats.
Well, we spoke with Tyler Fiorito, the goalie of Princeton yesterday. He said, I'm familiar with the setting here. I kind of like coming back to a stadium where I played already. Tyler, a Baltimore area player growing up.
I lost the game here in 1986 as a senior in high school, and I haven't gotten over it yet.
Still?
I'm uncomfortable with this place.
A long time ago, man.
And he's able to flush that loss?
Let it go. Let it go.
5-goal lead to Elmont High School. Matt Pinetta, Patty McCabe, Syracuse defender on that Elmont team. I have not gotten over that one.
We saw Pat yesterday here, taking in some of the practices, former great Syracuse player. Good defense, Cornell. Little trouble, though, with a clear. Right to the stick of Chris Finn, watched by Pizer.
It's a good timeout by Jeff Tambroni of Cornell. Max Sebald and John Glenn were caught on the field for an extended offensive, then defensive possession. And you wonder about how many runs Sebald can take in this game before he starts to fatigue later on in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
I don't know, great athlete. He is amazing to watch. As you said it, fastest athlete in any athletic program at Cornell. That's just amazing. All sports. Here he is. Gets free. Sebald, quick shot, bounced it wide to the right of Fiorito. Romero backs it up. Jeff Tambroni, 9th year at Cornell. Played at Hobart College. Won national championships there. Was a D3 championship game MVP after winning a state title for Mike Nasser at West Genesee up in Camillus, New York.
Goal-scoring attackman. no-nonsense type of coach. And this team really plays within their system. They know who they are very well. And they have a system clearly defined, and there's no gray area when it comes to the way Jeff Tambroni runs his program.
Here's Pinnell trying to get free. Finn. Shot sent wide. Romero. His job to maintain possession, though. Back for Glenn. Another crack at it for the Big Red. Romero watched by Riley. Princeton's captain. Brendan Riley, 29 in white, will be a Marine Corps lieutenant. Going to take a commission after going through officer training. Pinnell lost it. Good play, Fiorito. Here comes the clear. Coverage of the NCAA Lacrosse Championships continue on ESPNU tomorrow. 2 more quarterfinal games for you from Navy at noon Eastern. The 8th seed Johns Hopkins against top-seeded Virginia. Then at 2, the 6th seed North Carolina takes on 3rd-seeded Duke. 3rd time those teams have met this year. Duke has won the prior 2. Quarterfinals of the NCAA Lacrosse Championships presented on ESPNU by Enterprise Rent-A-Car tomorrow afternoon. Syracuse through already to the semis. Beat Maryland on this very field 11-6 earlier today. Winner of this one will join the Orange in Foxborough next week.
Turnover in the clearing game by Tyler Fiorito will lead to a long second chance opportunity now by Cornell.
Ritchie plays back for Thompson. And that pass way beyond the reach of Pinnell from George Calvert. Good defense, though. They got a stick maybe broken up there. Jeremy Hirsch. Princeton on the clear try. Fiorito near midfield. Here's McKenzie. Chris and Jack McBride are attack. Number 14 and 15 for Princeton. They are cousins. Their dads are brothers, and their moms are first cousins. It's an amazing story. Pretty special Mother's Day last week at Class of 52 Stadium on Mother's Day for the McBride family. Not much to celebrate right now for them. McBride trying to change that, and he will! +1 with penalty flags flying everywhere. Jack McBride's first goal of the tournament, and he got leveled after he let the shot go.
McBride was shut down pretty well last week by Jogo Godoy of UMass. This time gives what the defense will allow. Moyer pinches him to the near post, but there's just enough angle there. McBride deceptively strong, deceptively quick, pays the price high and late. But if you're Cornell, now's the time to take that kind of penalty. You hope to get in the head of a guy like Jack McBride, who maybe next time he pushes to the net is going to be looking for that physical contact.
Procedure call goes against Glenn. Man up time.
So much talk this week about the shenanigans of John Glenn facing off, pushing the rules and the gamesmanship. These officials are really trying to clamp down on these face-offs to make sure they're fair.
Timeout call by Princeton this time. Boykin is in the box for the next minute after his penalty. And a chance for the Tigers get the equalizer here after